All right, Brian. Well, you're welcome back first of all, and then yeah, Joevin Jones is back. That's what I want to hear.
Welcome back.
Yes, absolutely. What do you think about Joevin Jones coming back? How'd you see him uh, physically with the team?
The soccer part's always good. Jovin's a talented player. Obviously Trinidad's disappointed that they, didn't get results, but it's just part of the game. As far as our team is concerned, he understands where he is with me and with his teammates. He has to prove to them that he is absolutely fully committed up until December 9th, and that will dictate, that'll dictate how he plays, when he plays, why he plays, all of that sort of stuff. But what we need is we need to make sure that everybody, it was a good meeting that we had this morning. It was a good meeting in the sense that we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and it was a good chance for me to tell everybody, look, you guys' careers are only this short. The chance of being on a contender like we are is short. Lots of guys go through 10, 12-year careers and they don't get a chance at a title. There's lots of positives that we can take out of this as long as the group commits to themselves. As long as the players commit to themselves, then I'm happy. So that's his job. He needs to prove to them that he's committed.
When it comes to the relationship in that regard with the teammates and maybe any possible conflict, is that something that you allowed the players to just take care of, or something that you'd be willing to?
They'll figure it out. I think a lot of the guys on that team like Joevin. I think a lot of them, believe that he's a good guy, and people make mistakes. There's no getting around that. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's put to bed. All of that stuff, all of the disciplinary stuff is handled internally at this club, and it's put to bed. He's got to prove it on the field. And I expect him, because I have faith in him, I expect him to do his job.
In the disciplinary action that you're talking about, would that be a fine or a suspension? Do you expect him to?
We're going to keep that in-house. We're going to keep that in-house.
Will he be available on Sunday?
He will be available on Sunday. But that's coach's decision.
Happy with how the rest of your internationals came back?
Yeah. Couldn't get Jordy off the field. As usual, Christian's buzzing. Maybe a slight delay with Nico's travel plans, but, that was coming out of Miami. I don't know if the hurricane had anything to do with that, but he'll be back here later this afternoon. Everybody else is good.
Roman Torres gonna give a scare. He got pulled out of the game. Expand him
He's
out.
a tough kid. Okay. He is a tough kid.
Everything's good.
He will be ready for Sunday.
I believe it's 3 of the past 4 Septembers. Sounders have been unbeaten. What does that say about the club as far as kind of getting hot at the right time?
It's an interesting stat. I didn't know that. Thanks for clarifying that. I think it has to be. If you want to win MLS Cup, if you want to make the playoffs, September, October are big months. So historically, we've made the playoffs every year in our history. Is that part of the reason for that statistic? Was last year, on the run-up to the final, was that a good month for us? I'll have to do a little more research there. How the results were made, I don't know if there was any draws in there. But certainly we understand the importance of the last few games and making sure the team is playing well as the playoffs come up.
You said nitty-gritty. Are you taking it game by game? What is team messaging to the squad as you have?
It's been for the last, month. We're in crunch time. 10 games to go, we started messaging, every game is vital. Every game is vital. We're fighting for playoff position. The West is so tight. I mean, that's a good storyline. The West is so tight. One loss, one win, either direction really kind of shakes things up. So every game is important for us.